Hello and welcome back to the MGB workshop. Today we'll be returning back to the 1979 MGB, affectionately known as Bumblebee. Today's topic and tip of the day will be vacuum leaks, once again. And one of the more common, hard to find issues is that when you apply your problems that you have, when you apply your brake, you'll notice that your RPM increases from 800 or 900 RPMs that's supposed to be up to 12 to 1500 RPMs, and you look for it through all your different lines and everything like that. Carbon canisters in the corner over there, and those are not usually the problem. The common problem is the seal that's between the boost and the brake master's unit. There's a rubber cup in there that sometimes gets wore out, or if it wasn't installed correctly, it'll cause a major vacuum leak that runs from down below, where it's connected to the brake boost, to the manifold. And this will actually cause damage to your engine by burning your intake valve. You could have a valve burn on you. So let's take a closer look on the bench at what these parts look like. Here on the bench I have the brake boost and also the master brake unit. Also the internal parts that you normally can't see. And so you have a metal cup that goes in between here, okay, and you have this here, this rubber seal that will also go on here. But what happens is when you join these two together, it creates a vacuum seal, so that you don't have any vacuum leaks when you apply the brakes, and it increases your braking power, so it's not you have power brakes. Anyway, what it does is this leak will increase your RPM, and like I said before, it'll burn a valve if you leave it unattended for any length of time. Okay, the stuff that you'll need to work on this, which I suggest, is a combination of different tools. You know, you can need a half-inch, a stubby, a good ratchet, quarter-inch drive, another type of wrench, or gear wrench. To use a bigger size one, I don't suggest, because there's not that much room. But let's go back to the car and see how we would address this issue and remove the master brake unit from the boost without disconnecting your hydraulic lines. Let's go back to the car. Okay, here we are back at the car again, and what you want to do to make this as easy as possible and quick also is to remove this unit, but without disconnecting the hydraulic lines. That way you don't have to bleed all your hydraulics. Okay, first of all, what you want to do is you want to take off that bolt, 7/16, and there's one on the other side over there that holds the clamp. Okay, and you want to remove that one. Okay, that way you have plenty of free play on the brake lines. Okay, there's also another clamp here, which is a half-inch nut. Okay, and with that disconnected, and you probably want to disconnect your that one. There's a screw down there that holds the hydraulic line. You see right there, and that'll allow this whole unit to move forward. Also, you probably want to take off that electric connector to the brake failure switch. But you can pull them up, but all you need is 3-4 inches. You know, maybe 5 at the most. You pull it forward, then you have access to those seals I showed you on the bench. Okay. Now, if you've done that, replaced it, and you still have a leak, your problem may lie inside the boost itself. These are 40, 50 years old already, you know. So what you want to do is buy a new one, or if you can find a rebuild kit, which these are very hard to find, and sometimes it's just better just to bite the bullet and buy a new one. At least it'll last you for another 30 years. Anyway, to do that, you would have 4 screws. Let's go back to the bench. Let me show you better. Okay, here we are back at the bench. And this boost here, here's the 2 nuts that you would take off to loosen the master brake unit. And in the back part of it, you have 4 nuts that are inside that pedal box. Okay, here they are. Now to get to those are very, very hard. And the top 2 are easy enough. And what I found the perfect tool to just make this a easy 1-hour job for everything is to get one of these 1/4-inch swivel ratchets where you could set it at 90 degrees, lock it, and you could get underneath and get those bottom 2 nuts, 1/2-inch nuts. Okay, and 1/4-inch. I don't suggest using the bigger 3/8 drive because it's just too big and bulky. You won't be able to get it in there. Okay, you could use a stubby also. I mean, 1/2-inch, that probably suffice. But that's the only way you're probably going to get to it. So let's take a look underneath the pedal box inside the floorboard to see how and where you could attack this. All right, from inside the driver's side, we can take our little tool here and get in there from under here through the pedals, where the pedals go in through the firewall. That one there is easy to get to, the one on this side, but the real booger is on that side, and that's where you need to have this, what do you call it, let me lock this. That's where that 90-degree angle on this ratchet come in hand. You stick it in there, and at 90 degrees, you could get it in there and ratchet and loosen that up and take it off with your finger, and you get contorted in here, but once you get in there, you have to have that nut to secure that brake boost to the pedal box. All right, let's go back in the engine compartment. Okay, so once you've gotten your brake boost replaced, again, it's usually better if you had all this pre-assembled. That's if you're going to go the full brake boost replacement step. But hopefully all it is just a cup that was not installed correctly. Anyway, so that's your tip of the day. If you liked the video, please thumbs up, share, subscribe, and any questions you have, go ahead and put them down below, and I'll answer them as soon as I see them. All right, thanks again, and this is the MGB Workshop signing out.